Good afternoon. The first item of business is time for reflection, and our time for reflection leader today is David Jarvis, speaking SBC.
Presiding Officer, Members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. 3 years ago, I faced one of my biggest challenges, a medical discharge from the British Army. Multiple injuries, PTSD, and the life I'd known for over 2 decades gone. I was in a dark place mentally. A year later, thanks to an array of veterans' charities, I was heading for the Invictus Games. I had purpose again, direction. And the training wasn't just about sport, it was about recovery. 3 months before the Games, however, I became seriously ill. My body, which I thought I knew well, had suddenly become unpredictable. I lost over a quarter of my body weight inside 2 weeks. It turned out I was almost only days from death. The doctors diagnosed me with type 1 diabetes. I was recommended to consider quitting, to accept that the dream was over. It felt like the world was against me at every turn. But then I had an epiphany. If the challenges wouldn't stop, then I would need unwavering focus, which meant the target could no longer be about recovery. Because, and the epiphany, the significance of the goal must match the scale of the challenge. So it was go big or stay at home, gold or nothing. You see, I needed that target to keep me focused because I was learning about this new life-threatening condition through trial and error. And let me tell you, it was mostly error. Over 40 blood tests a day, countless insulin injections, days when my blood glucose levels just crashed without reason or cause, leaving me shaking and struggling to stand, let alone train. Nights lying awake with anxiety and questioning my own sanity. When I arrived in Germany for the Invictus Games in September of 2023, I'd learned enough to bring it all together. And I stood on that podium with a gold medal around my neck, not because the road got easier, but because I refused to step off it. Here's the thing. Resilience is not glamorous. It is not a motivational poster. It's showing up when quitting feels easier, stepping forward when the world pushes you back. I learned through my challenges an important truth. The world does not get easier. I have to get better at dealing with it. I could have relied more on doctors, on my teammates, my coaches. I could have relied more on my family. We can delegate responsibility. But accountability is where the buck stops. And in my case, it had set up residence in the form of type 1 diabetes. I know I wasn't responsible for my diagnosis, but I am accountable for how I respond to it. I'm not responsible for every single mistake, but I am accountable for applying every lesson learned. My accountability is important because the challenges will just keep coming. There is no respite. Every day is still a school day. The world can still feel relentless, but my focus remains resolute. Your adversity may be very different from mine, but remember, you don't need perfect conditions to achieve something extraordinary. You just need the courage to be accountable by owning the outcome regardless of circumstances. Because resilience is not about avoiding the storm, it's about pushing through despite the challenges, and you will come out a winner on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.